Welcome back to ZenTen with Jackie Rose of Zentangle. We're on day 4 this week. Let's take a nice deep breath in and out. Letting everything go, feeling totally relaxed. And we're going to now give this a border. Now, if you don't have much space left, that's okay. It doesn't have to be a border. It could just kind of be an outline embellishment, or fill it in wherever you can. It's a very easy pattern. And we're just going to draw a little circle, which we call orb. So I'm just going to start right here, just a circle, little orb. And then coming off of this orb, I'm going to kind of trace along the orb, come on out and in. Very similar to when we drew Eenies over here, kind of a similar shape. Now, I'm going to do that again, but we're going to go the opposite direction. So I'm going to draw another orb or circle right on top here. Nice and slow and relaxed. And then I'm going to do this shape in reverse. I'm going to trace along the orb, come out, around, and in. And I'm going to keep reversing. That's it. We're just going to draw these nice little circles, trace along, come out and in. And we're going to do that all around the perimeter of this tile or tangle on the tile. Nice and slow and relaxed. Focusing on each stroke, giving everything you draw your undivided attention, as if it has feelings. It wants your attention. This orb wants you to pay attention to every stroke in this line and that curve. Now, as I get to the top, I'm going to turn my sketchbook, and then I'll draw that orb right on top. And start to go that way. Remember, there's no right or wrong. There's no mistakes. Whatever you're drawing, you're meant to draw. Paying attention to that inner artist. Any desires or thoughts that come up or ideas of what you might want to do with this pattern. Just listen to that inner artist coming through. So this pattern is called, well, it's called, I call it Boofont border, because I kind of created this pattern myself, but I was inspired by the pattern Boofont. And that's like boo, like the ghost, boo, font, F-O-N-T. So B-O-O-F-O-N-T. And I kind of took that pattern and created this border. I kind of took part of the pattern. And I'm going to show you when I'm done coming around, I'll show you what makes it more of the Boofont original pattern, where we can kind of bring that in a little bit, and I'll show you that. So I call it Boofont border, that I came up with all on my own. And I'm sure all of you have come up with things, or you will at some point. And a lot of times it just happens without even planning it or thinking about it. And a lot of patterns that I create are kind of done, well, I shouldn't say a lot of them, but some of them are done because I tried to learn a different pattern and something else happened. I'm like, oh, this is a different pattern. I think I'll name it something. It's kind of a pretty pattern there. So I'm going to show you what makes this, what the Boofont pattern is, and we're going to do this in a way where we can actually embellish this this border. So I'm going to take this one right here, and right about coming off this section, I'm going to kind of give it an aura, but I'm going to come up and then hit it right there in that crevice. And I'm going to do the same thing, coming a little bit lower and hit it right there, and then continue. It's almost kind of like a fan in a way. So that right there is the pattern Boofont with this little ball on it. So if you want to add a little of these things around, you can do that. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you what I mean. So basically it's doing what we just did randomly in a few different spots. So maybe I'll do one right, let's see, maybe, and they could go either direction depending on how much space you have. So I could really, let's see, come out here. I don't have that much space, but I could put kind of a skinny one there. So what I think I'm going to do is find, I started to do this kind of in the corner, so maybe I'll shoot for kind of the corners, maybe all four corners, put a little bit of a embellishment there. So we're just kind of doing that same shape coming around. And let's see, maybe right here. There's one here. Spruces it up a little bit, adds a little character, gives it a little fun design to it. And if you'd like, what you can do is bring in some fescues, which is just an arced line, an arc, come over with this little loop at the end. You can do another one. So adding these are a lot of fun. And it really makes a huge difference. Sorry about that. Don't you hate when you're watching a video and the teacher goes off the page and you can't see what they're doing? Don't you just hate that? Okay. All right, so there we have it. Tomorrow we will shade this and really change it up. And thank you for being here. Please give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Have a wonderful, relaxing day, and I'll see you tomorrow.